Hello friends, today's video spans over 10 days. Our contractor finished the bedroom side of the basement first so we could get our kids moved in. Then he went to work on the other side. If you'd like to see how we set it up and cleaned it in stages, pop my video on your TV, tablet, or phone and clean along with me, or sit back and relax with your favorite drink and stockpile this cleaning motivation for future use. Hope you enjoy. Don't forget to like my video, comment below, subscribe to my channel, and click that bell notification for more inspiring motivational videos. Let's be friends on Instagram too. You can find me at Home with Elizabeth. All right, friends, this is July 9th, and this is my youngest son's room. This is the middle room. My oldest son has already set up his room. He kind of could move it himself, and he was sleeping in the living room, if you guys remember. So he was like, I'm getting out of here. And they were barely done with his room, and he was like in it. So I am just using my Tyneco wet dry mop here to mop up the floor, and that's my husband and my youngest son. They're actually measuring the ceiling height to see if his loft bed will fit in here. He's had a loft bed a few years ago. He had it, and then when he moved to the basement, our old house, it wouldn't fit. So he was hoping that it fit here in his new bedroom. All right, so this is, and you've already seen this, friends, because I've done the tour of the basement already, but this is the rug we used to have in my nephew's room at our old house. Like I said in that video, we saved all of our rugs because we knew we were going to need them. And friends, as you can see, like his room is done. You can see the floor, all the baseboards and stuff, and then you see the hallway there to the left. Like literally, like they finished the bedrooms and my boys were like, we're in it. In fact, my youngest son's room here, his window still isn't done, but they were okay. They were just a few days after he moved in, they just worked around him to get the stuff on the outside of the window. What's that called? You know, like the trim and stuff. They just worked around him. Friends, I want to welcome you back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name's Elizabeth. I'm a 50-year-old wife and stay-at-home mom to 7 adult/teenage children. I have 2 girls aged 26 and 22. They both live outside the home. They have their own lives, their own jobs, their own places to live. I have 3 boys aged 19, 16, and 14, and I'm an auntie to 2 additional teenage boys, 15-year-old twins. They are my nephews that I got custody of a few years ago. On my channel, you'll find lots of cleaning motivation, cleaning inspiration, homemaking for a large family. You'll find a little bit of like decorating inspiration, a little bit of like decluttering and organization inspiration. But yeah, you're going to find a lot of real life here. So that's my youngest and my husband. They're bringing his mattress down from his brother's room. And his loft bed will fit in here, but he doesn't get it in on this day. I do show you when we get it in. It's a few days later. And while I was talking and introducing myself, I just moved into the family room and I'm getting it swept and mopped. And friends, this is another reason why I wanted the wet dry mop, not only originally for my pups, because, you know, they leave my kitchen floor soaking wet, but because I knew this basement was going to be entirely this vinyl plank flooring.
Hi, video!
All right, so that little clip before that of my son and my nephew in his room, like I kind of let them set up their own room. I didn't do a lot of, they're very particular about how they like their stuff. So he was doing that. So this I'm showing you, this is what I swept out of my nephew's rug that just went in my youngest son's room. Yeah, it was pretty filthy. Probably should have swept it before we rolled it up. All right, so my youngest son and I just carried this rug into the family room. This is what we had in our living room at our old place. And you can actually see where the couch sat at the old place and where we walked on it. But I was not spending extra money on rugs. These rugs were all perfectly good, and I love them all, the colors, and like the thickness of them and the carpet pile. So I was bound and determined to use them. So now we're just getting this one swept. So as you can see, that one wasn't as bad, especially for sitting out in our outside garage for almost 3 months. And I will mention too, the guys were still working at this point in the basement. So most of this stuff, this cleaning and setup that we did, has been after, quote unquote, after hours, like after they've left. All right, so now we're on July 12th, and this is my oldest son's room. He actually went to work early in the day, and it must have been, I could look it up what the 12th was, but my guess is it's either a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, because the guys are not working, and I'm going to get his room set up how I want it set up. Like I said, he did this on his own. He just basically, it was like 9 o'clock at night after the guys had finished putting his door on, and he went to the storage unit and got his stuff. And as you can see, it's not even a real rug under his bed. That's his college dorm rug. It's like a 5x7. So I'm like, bud, you're gonna go to work and I'm gonna do your room for you. So this is what we're doing today. And I do want to point out, he has a real bed. He has a real bed frame. He has a box spring, but he does not like it. I don't know what it is, but that platform bed that he sleeps on is something we got at Walmart years ago. This is years ago before we even had custody of my nephews. But they were coming to stay with us at my mom was sick and she had COVID for two or 3 weeks, and the boys ended up staying with us, and we had bought those platforms from Walmart to put their air mattresses on. For some reason, my oldest son likes sleeping on it, so I'm just like, whatever, bud. And you're gonna see we put the box spring on his bed, but if you noticed in the video last week, on Monday, the tour video, it was underneath his bed because he took it off. I'm like, whatever, just do what you want to do. Now, I will tell you one thing I don't like about this floor, and I've been holding on to this for a while because, like I said, I did this video, it's been almost a month. This floor will show greasy footprints. It's not my favorite thing, and I think it's because it's so, in spots, it's so dark. So yeah, that annoys me. That's the one downside of this particular floor that got put down, is it shows greasy footprints.
Dirty water tank full. These
And this is where I am down trying to clean them with my Mrs. Meyer's because my Tinco was not pulling them up. And I will tell you, I'm using the new cleaner in my Tinco, this one, the one I got from Walmart, and it was not bringing up the grease. In fact, the Mrs. Meyer's didn't either. I ended up going up, and I don't know if I show you, I ended up going up and getting my platinum that is in my pump bottle, and that took the grease spots right up. And this may seem counterproductive that I'm cleaning and they're still working on the basement, but the dust, the drywall dust from them sanding all the mud was driving me nuts. Like they were tracking it all through the house. They couldn't understand to take your shoes off at your door to walk in your room, and then when you walk out of the room, put your shoes on and then take them off at the steps. They just couldn't understand that. Tell me you're gonna murder your children without telling me you're gonna murder your children. So yeah, that was dirty footprints on my wall already from my almost 20-year-old child. Lord have mercy, help me. So this is my middle son and my husband. They're bringing in this rug from the garage. Now this was in my bedroom at the old house. And it was originally years ago in our family room. I believe all of our rugs have come from Lowe's except for the gray, like the gray white one that we put in my youngest son's room. I believe that's from Big Lots, but this one is from Lowe's, and the blue one that is now in the family room is from Lowe's. I love their rugs. They hold up so well. And can I just point out that this is, you're seeing the view of my son's room right here, and you can see 3 plugs. You may look at our rooms and think, man, they put an awful excessive amount of plugs in their room. But we came from a house where each room had 1 plug. It drove us nuts. And even, upstairs in our house, we have a lot of plugs, but we're building this basement from the ground up. We're putting plugs. So I believe my son's room has 3 or 5, anywhere from 5 to 7 plugs in this 12 by 12 room. All right, so we are just getting this closet system opened up. I linked it in my before and after video, but I'll link it here again. It's by Rubbermaid. I just got it off of Amazon. I believe I paid a little over $100 for it. It goes from anywhere from 3 foot to 6 foot. And we bought 2, one for this room and one for my middle son's room. And we put 2 shelves and 2 rods in both their closets. And I have enough to probably fill another closet that I'll probably use the shelves and stuff around my laundry area. All right, we're just cleaning his window, and it's filthy on the outside, so it was kind of a moot point to clean it, but it made me feel better knowing the inside was clean. All right, and I'm just going to try and get a few stuff moved in here while my husband is getting the closet set up. I just say my husband is such a good sport? He hates being on the camera, like hates it, loathes it. But he knows. So as I was saying before they so rudely interrupted me, is he loathes being on the camera, but he knows that I like to include the stuff like this in my channel. So he's very much a good sport when it comes to stuff like this. We're going to put the shelves in next, and you're going to see that they were a little long. Even though this closet is 3 foot and these shelves were supposed to be 3 foot, we did have to shave, like grind a tiny bit off the edge so they would fit evenly. And when I show you the whole thing here next, you're going to see that there's short rods in there because the other rods were, again, just a little too long. He eventually did get a little handsaw from Walmart and cut like a sliver off, so that I believe when you looked at the camera, not the camera, when you looked at the closet in the last video that I posted on Monday, you can see that it's the long rods in there. My dogs keep barking and I keep starting and stopping, and it's like throwing me off. That's right, I do not put the box springs on in this video. A few days later, when they're setting up my son's loft bed, he has the box springs in his room. We bring them over here to my oldest son's room. And friends, the basement is by no means done. You know, I talked a little bit in my video on Monday about what we have left to do. And we still have stuff left to do here in the kids' rooms. Like my oldest son needs a mirror above his dresser. He needs, obviously, artwork on the walls and like their dressers and stuff like that. They're still like their kids type stuff. I don't know if I will replace them or not. I mean, they work just as good and they don't care what they look like, and I don't care what they look like, so we'll see. All right, so there's his room done. And of course I didn't video my husband putting my son's closet together because again, I was doing other things this day, like laundry and running other kids other places. So this is just me helping him get his stuff hung up in the closet.
Aspirations, I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it.
And I wanted to mention, I didn't open his closet in Monday's video because if you noticed, he had a basketball hoop on it. Well, it's hard to open and close it, and I was just like, whatever. It looks just like my other son's closet, as you can see. And I'm sorry, that is my phone going off, if you can hear that.
Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. 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 Today's gonna be a good day. So life ain't easy, yo. I think there's a reason, though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo.
And again, in my son's room, he needs a mirror above his dresser. He needs a bookshelf I'm going to get him. And I'm also going to put like hooks on the wall so he can hang his lacrosse bag and his book bag, and if he wears a coat and stuff. So this is a few days later. This is the 13th, and they went to our storage unit and got his loft bed that they're putting together.
One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation.
And here we are, many more days later. You can see that now they have the hallway done with flooring. They have this whole laundry area done with flooring. And I was like, I can get down here and start getting this floor mopped, and I can start showing like my laundry processes again and stuff like that.
Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. 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 Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, really gonna rise to the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
And so here's the family room, and this is actually the first day I was able to get down here and get this area cleaned up after my daughter was here. Like, she slept down here in this family room on the futon and stuff. And of course she left on a Thursday, and she went home on a Sunday. And of course the next day the guys came to start working, and it was just too hard to work down here with them working. The loudness of it, the dust and stuff. So like, I just had to leave it until I had a day where they weren't working and I could get down here and get everything just cleaned up in one shot instead of just working at it in pieces. So what I was doing there is, those were just the blankets we keep upstairs that she used to cover up. Like, they just needed washed and put back away. And just everything needed, you're going to see how dusty stuff is. Everything just needed wiped down and vacuumed up. And here I'm going to start vacuuming, and I realized how dusty that was. And I'm like, we just have to get this cleaned, Elizabeth. So I just went upstairs, got a bowl of hot water with a squirt of Dawn Platinum in it and a microfiber cloth, and we're just wiping everything down. Of course, even the hangers were dusty. I'm just giving them a quick wipe. And of course, they're not done with the little cubby hole under the steps yet. So my laundry stuff is just kind of getting from moved to one area to the other, so I can clean and so I can hang stuff on it. Just, it doesn't get to go in its regular spot, which you saw in the video on Monday is right behind me when I'm standing at my washer and dryer there, till like they were done, because putting the door on that little cubby hole was like one of the last things they did. And friends, there is still plenty of stuff that I need to do in the basement to get it extra clean. Like, you saw the dust on my laundry stuff there. Well, you know what's on the walls. I have not washed the walls yet, so that needs done. My slop sinks needs a good scrubbing. If you saw in the video on Monday, the brick walls, especially there towards the front of the basement, are dirty. They need like wiped down, and we're going to paint them before we get shiplap panels up. So there is still plenty of stuff to do. I'm just doing it when I can, friends. Like I'm doing stuff here and there. I have to tell you, friends, I am so impressed how well this Tyneco is on this vinyl flooring, this plank flooring. It does so well. Oh my God. And I swear, thank God my oldest son is not a minor, because boy is always in his boxers. It's not the kind of channel I'm trying to run here, Liam. But as I was saying, I am so impressed how well my Tyneco does on this plank flooring. It's like smooth as butter, just mopping it. It's wonderful. All right, I talked a little bit about this on Monday in my video, but one of the next things we're doing is tearing up this green carpet on our steps, sanding them, and then staining them. And then those two white poles, I am going to get putty, and they just have like nicks and stuff like that in them, and like some nail holes, and you can see pencil sharpeners on there that I'm going to take off later in this video, and I'm going to patch all those and sand it, and we're going to repaint those whites. And then where the old drywall was, and I guess it's more of like a board that they use to build the steps, it's like an off-white color, almost like a cream color. It's going to be patched because I pulled some staples and stuff like that out of there, and we're going to paint it white to match all the rest of the walls. So that's probably the next thing on our list that we're going to start getting done. And these little things like this, they'll just be done like a night after my husband gets home from work, if we have a free weekend, which we're getting ready to start football season, so we won't have too many free weekends anymore. But yeah, we're just going to work on them as we go. And then I mentioned in my video also on Monday that I'm bringing the bench, the long bench. In my old house, it was behind my couch. We're actually using it in the kitchen right now. I'm bringing it down, and I'm going to put it right here along this right wall, just for looks. If you just notice, I was just working on a spot there, like I kept coming back to it. It was a greasy footprint. See right here in this shot, you can see how that wooden pole is it's like not a true white. So we want it true white, and you can see the boards, you know, that they use to build the steps, how they're like an off-white. Yeah, we're just going to paint all that white. One of the downsides of the Tyneco is it didn't fit all the way under my sinks, so I will have to be on my hands and knees and wipe under here when I go to mop floors. Or I guess maybe if I still have my O-Cedar, I could always keep it down here and use it in this area, but it seems really wasteful to fill it up just to mop under here a little bit. So my guess is I'll just use maybe like my spray, my multi-purpose spray, and my microfiber cloth. And I needed to wipe down my washer and dryer. They were coated in dust too, and my poor boys, they wear black pants for work. For like a week they went to work with like white spots on their pants because I would forget, and I would set it on the washer or the dryer. See that? It's like the gray paint from them sanding. Not gray paint, like a gray dust from them sanding all the mud and stuff. So yeah, we finally got my washer and dryer wiped down. The water just from the floor and my washer and dryer. Yeah, it was pretty dirty. So you can see my slop sink here. It's dusty and stuff. It just needs a good scrubbing. I just need to, but again, it's like that, like a small thing that's not really on my like gotta do list. So that was all the garbage that I mopped up from my floor, and it's just dust. It's like wood dust and a little bit of grass and stuff like that, like that the guys would track in and my kids track in, and a little bit of like hair type stuff. All right, I don't know if I ever showed this rug in my old video or not. I've had this for years and years and years and years and years. When we first moved into our old house, it was actually down in front of the door, but it always moved too much and I had trouble sweeping it. So that's when I got a different one, and it was rolled up and stored in my closet. But I'm like, I need it here, so we're gonna use it. All right, so my dirty steps have been driving me nuts. So what I'm doing is I'm just using my cordless Dyson, and we're vacuuming all of the carpet. And then you saw me fill my bowl with hot water and a little bit of Dawn, and I'm just going to wipe all the dust off of the steps. They were so bad, and it was contributing, like, see the dust, it was contributing to all the footprints in all of my house. So yeah, we're getting it cleaned up now. Should mention, once we remove the carpet, sand them, and restain them, I'm not putting carpet back on these steps. We're gonna find like a non-slip tread just to put on the top, so that I can just take either a broom or even just my dustpan and my little brush and clean these, and I don't have to pull out the vacuum all the time. Oh, here's a good angle too that I wanted to mention that I didn't in my video on Monday because it was kind of going so fast and I could only talk so much. So right there on the right, you see some duct work. We didn't want the ceiling down covering it because it would make it like really, really low, like through the rest of the basement. So I don't think they've done it yet, but you do see it in my other video. They painted the ductwork above the washer and dryer. Well, we asked them to paint this ductwork. I don't know why they didn't, but we're going to paint it ourselves. So it's right here. There's like two ductworks right here, and on the other side leading to the bathroom, there's a big thing of ductwork that hangs down that we're going to paint white too, just to kind of help it blend in a little bit. We were okay with it looking like this because we didn't want a super low ceiling, if that makes sense. All right, we have about 3 minutes left in the video, and I just spent it taking down all the like stuff that's just unnecessary in the basement that's like stuck in the walls. Like why are there two pencil sharpeners? Like there was just screws in the steps there, and you're gonna see there's some over in the cement wall by our storage area there, and there's like an old coat rack, and I take the mirror off the wall. So just that's what we're just doing the last like 2.5 minutes here in the video. So I'm going to close it out, and I'm going to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you for always watching my videos and always supporting me. If I could ask you, would you please give this video a like, give it a thumbs up. It helps push my video out there for other people who might need to see this, who might need cleaning inspiration and cleaning motivation. If you would like, leave me a comment, just say, hey, hello, let me know what you did today. I'm always interested in what you guys do. And if you haven't subscribed, why the heck not? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and then click that bell notification so you never miss another one of my videos. I release every Monday and Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And friends, I would love to have you here. Oh my God.
keys in the... Oh, did you take this off?
Yes.
Do you not like it there?
Well, I'm not gonna have a $30,000 basement with a $2 thing.
You should put it here.
I am gonna put a mud room in this area. I may or may not get 7 years of bad luck, friends. Oh my God, I suck at